A priority for any parent is to ensure that their child receives a great education. Schooling is extremely important in multiple ways. One, it is a place of learning, and two, it's skill building and preparation for adult life. Still, today, some parents have the dilemma of having their children go through private school or public school. How do they pick the best choice? My parents selected public school for me. However, I may have my children attend private school because it is specialized and more personal to the children than a public school is. With that being said, today I will share some eye-opening information with you that may persuade you to enroll your children in private school. Private schools are not funded by the government. They get their funds from tuition costs and non-public sources. Public schools depend on government funds such as local, state, and federal. They also slightly depend on some corporations and organizations. Due to the fact that public schools depend on the government for their funding, they tend to have more children enrolled in the breakfast and lunch programs. Seeing that private schools are funded from their tuition of students, they offer the breakfast and lunch program, but not many people or families actually take part in the program. Even though the private schools get their funding from tuition, they're still able to make it and give the students a bright future along with custom curriculum. Though most don't know private schools indeed create their very own curriculum for the students, they take pride in ensuring that it is specialized to each student. Not only do they create their own curriculum, they also build their own assessment systems and tests. Public schools, though, provide a general state-decided, might I add, lesson plan to students, including the tests. Since private schools specialize their curriculum, they have a tendency to perform higher on standardized tests than public schools do. According to Council for American Private Education, or capnot.org, private schools scored higher than private schools. As you can see here, public schools for the 4th grade mathematics scored 240 and private schools scored 247. The report from the December 2011 CAPE Outlook stated, in math, the private school advantage was 13 points for the 8th graders, and that's 296 over 283, and a 7 point for the 4th graders, and it was 247 over 240. However, private schools do require higher graduation necessities. An example of one of the graduation necessities can be found in an article in publicschoolreview.com. It says that private schools required an average 3.1 years of mathematics, while public schools only require 2.7 years. So, while public schools may have lower graduation requirements, that doesn't mean that the students won't be equal upon graduation. I personally was put into a public school my whole school career. Private school and public schools are both great because, unlike homeschooling, they offer improvement towards one's social skills, electives for the children, and of course, different educations. While they may be different, they're equal in the same way. Granted, there are benefits to both, and while private school may be a bit expensive, a parent will pretty much go to the end of the world to make sure that their children gets a great education they deserve. Thank you.